and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are playing Atraxa. Atraxa Praetor's Voice is the most popular commander of all time in the format of Commander according to EDH Rec, with by far the most decks built around her. She arrived on MTG Arena through the Multiverse Legends, that little bonusy expansion in March of the Machine, and she's very, very popular because she lets you proliferate every single turn. She's also a 4/4 Phyrexian Angel Whore with 4 different abilities for a really good rate, but we're really trying to take advantage of that proliferation every single turn. We want to put extra counters on things like Astral Cornucopia, but for the most part, what we want to do is proliferate our planeswalkers. We've got a whole bunch of planeswalkers in this deck. Where is it? 16 of them to be precise, and we're going to try to get the ultimates of those planeswalkers to happen quicker than you ever want to see them happen if you're the opponent, using Atraxa Praetor's Voice as our commander. The rest of the deck is filled with interaction to keep people from killing Atraxa or from messing with our board or blowing up their board, sweeping their board, or bouncing their board to keep them from just straight up winning the game over us. So that's what it's all about here today. We're playing what many might consider the weaker Atraxa for a 1v1 environment compared to Atraxa Grand Unifier, but we're going to show how powerful she is with a Planeswalker strategy. And Planeswalkers are still very powerful in a 1 versus 1 environment, unlike in Commander, where there are 3 other players to attack them. So, is Atraxa Praetor's Voice the future of historic Brawl? Will it be as ubiquitous and as absolutely frustrating to play against as Atraxa Grand Unifier? Let's find out. Let's dive in and let the Atraxa nonsense begin. On the draw, but a turn 1 Esper Sentinel against Ragavan, not good enough. Okay, still not good enough. Definitely getting hit by a monkey and not casting our Growth Spiral. And still not good enough. But maybe we'll rip something off the top. If we go much lower, we're just going to lose anyway. Broker's Ascendancy is so nice, but it's not like we'll actually get to use it, is it? Well, here comes the L. Here's my tap land. Seems bad for me. At least they shouldn't be able to hit anything they can actually play, like that Time Warp. So all they have out of it is a treasure. Seachrome Coast, Signet. A land, 2 treasures, 5 mana. And he plays opponent? Nothing. Okay, okay. Well, they probably have removal. That seems like a given. So let's play the Ascendancy. And the Beach. And we'll Swords the Ragavan. And then when they replay it, we can exile it with Kaya, potentially. Big score. Okay, they're a go very big Ragavan deck. Curious to see what else they play here. I mean, Ragavan can be a ramp strategy. Swords. So, opponent, you need to cast something besides Ragavan, I think. Just saying. I mean, you don't have to. You do you. It is just kind of weird. I mean, did you keep a hand of like big score, 6 land and Ragavan? There you go. Nice big planeswalker. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got a Narset. We got a Kaya. Does this enter tapped or untapped? Tapped. So here's Kaya. Goodbye, Chandra. End step, Broker's Ascendancy will move Kaya up to 3 so a dashed Ragavan doesn't kill her. And the opponent has lost some treasures. So now they need to deal with something. They've hit all their land drops just fine, though. That is a nasty 4/4 with haste. Sorry, Kaya. I put you out there to die. All right, we exile our top card. We have to play it this turn or forever hold our peace. So be it. Not a bad turn, but we will probably get Raga-dashed. Hopefully the opponent whiffs as much as we have. Oh, sad robot. That's not a Raga-dash. Interesting. They do have plenty of land though, don't they? Okay, they're just casting Ragavan. Be a good time for some removal. We still have... It looks like we can still cast Atraxa here.
Past, present, and behold your prowess.
Infernal Grasp, Wandering Emperor. That's a card. And probably better than a Grasp. Although Grasp right here, take out the Ragavan. But yeah, let's just grab the Emperor. And then I think we play the Atraxa. All right, Ascendancy first, Atraxa second. That's a lot to deal with. Can they deal 6 with 3 cards in their hand? They've hit all their land drops perfectly, haven't they? So we saw them discard a Banefire to a big score. They must have something that can do this job. Interesting. Very interesting. I guess we block the Ragavan. Some argument to block the Solemn because right now the draw card is negated by the Narset, but that will probably be true into the future. There's plenty of powerful cards that could hit off our deck with the Ragavan. If they deal with the Atraxa, we can play it again and put them in this same spot, but a little worse next turn. And they do. Oh, never mind on the little worse. They had a huge monster waiting to come out. Let's see if we can hit some kind of removal. Yes! Needed that. Unfortunately, the opponent does get this card draw. Do we hold the Boseiju? No, we have a Wandering Emperor. Narset ticking up is so good. They know about the Wandering Emperor. This is where some opponents concede from decision paralysis. We'll see if this monkey gamer is made of tougher stuff. Casts Ragavan. Does not dash. Alright, here's Wandering Emperor. I think I'm just going to plus.
But I'm going to end it.
Don't want this removed by like a lightning strike.
Remember your training. Keep an open mind.
Elder Spell, Tails End, Explore. We'll take the Tails End. Atraxa.
Keep watch for intrusion.
Triggers. Oh, baby, we're proliferating now. It's about to get out of control. Our opponent has drawn 1 billion land. They seem to be a go very big red deck, so maybe that's part of their strategy. I'm sure right now they would gladly loot some of those away, though. Whoa! Nah, get that out of here. We're gonna counter the trigger and let them have the 10-10. Okay. Mono red casting Ulamog. I thought I was going big with my take on Ragavan. Apparently not. All right, let's find a way to tap that Ulamog. Oh, what's in the graveyard? Some good stuff in there. All right. We do it like this.
I'll phase through anything that stands.
You and you. I want double combats. I need to find a land to get them, but I am down for this.
Fight fair.
Gimme.
I've made some improvements over your version.
All right, do this again.
May your blade
In the air. Hit. I'm okay with getting a little bit of my library exiled when I have this board state. I'm just a little concerned about Star of Extinction. There could still be a massive blowout awaiting me. All right, scooping it up with Ulamog on the board, ready to attack. You love to see it. On the draw is really bad. Lack of colors is really bad. This is better. The growth spiral came back. It's kind of weird. Thalia and the Gitrog monster in the Swiftfoot boots. How exciting. It's really good with Thalia because they get that extra land drop, you know, so they can equip the boots right away. Could drop an Atraxa, but man, it's going to be really bad though if they do hit their land drop and then also equip the boots. But then they would have to sacrifice something that turn.
Let's slow this down.
Maybe it's the boots. Nah, then the excavator just attacks me.
More like it.
But this isn't great. The opponent can probably kill the Teferi with haste. They don't have white though. Huh. And I think they're just going to use a Field of Ruin here. Yeah, okay. Black, black, green, green, white, white, blue. Blue is the color. CovertGoBlue. Ooh, a Sentinel. They're going to put boots on the Sentinel? Gross. I hate it.
Enough.
Termio. Doesn't do much here, though. I think it's Teferi. The other Teferi.
Trust me, I have a plan.
I know, they get a card, but so do I.
I know my responsibility.
We gotta set up the River's Rebuke. Oath of Teferi. Show him a counter spell. Make him nervous. Here's Thalia. They're gonna move the boots. Get that value, but they're out of land or they would have dropped it. Yep. What do you sacrifice? If they actually sacrifice a land, that's terrible for them. They really, especially if they don't draw another.
Now,
Okay.
I'll have a better plan next time.
Okay, they draw a land off the top. Fortunate. Now what? Now what? Not sure if Atraxa is going to solve much. Not sure if the Luminarch Gas Pirate will either. The boots are a problem. We're going to River's Rebuke next turn though. If we were willing to give them 2 cards, we could just time warp. I guess we could instant speed time warp on their turn. Yeah, let's do that.
I've got time.
Yeah, they're feeling good now. They've got their land drops. They've got their Thalia. They're probably going to kill my Teferi. They'll draw some extra cards. I'm just waiting to see if they use this Field of Ruin, though. If they do, then we have an untapped land. We don't have to pay for Esper. We can still use the instant speed time warp after what happens. Also, if they use the Field of Ruin now, we could also River's Rebuke them at instant speed. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen.
It's only a matter of time.
Okay. Instant speed. If they use that Field of Ruin in response, I get to pay the 1. They shouldn't do that. They're touching it. Okay, they figured it out. Ooh. What's better? Farewell or the Rebuke? What draws me another card? I should probably play out Atraxa and Aspirant on the first turn and then Rebuke or Farewell them on the second. No, then it's definitely Rebuke, right? Yeah. Okay. They might have removal here, we'll see. See if this goes. Can I draw a basic? All right, this enters tapped because of Thalia, right? Right. A little reset. And a scoop. They don't have removal. Gotta have removal. Oh my goodness. On the play against Vevictus Asmati the Dire? What a bizarre card. I'll read it if it gets cast. An Elder Dragon this way comes. I mean, we have a few solutions, and we have a mana rock. I guess I'll keep and hope to draw a land. I would expect it to be a somewhat slow game. So third land, especially if it makes green, and we're doing it. I could use a temple here. Hey, does somebody page a green land? Let's just shock it in. Now we have Infernal Grasp and Tail's End. Jund colors are here. Ominous Parcel is here. Sack it. Search for a basic, reveal it. Okay. I'll try for the staff. Search your library for a basic, reveal it, and then shuffle. And then 5 and tap it for 4 damage to a creature. Okay. Probably just drawing a card with the staff. Life is a resource, especially if we're not under pressure. They've got a Dragon's Horde. Ow. The Cornucopia. That is a really good card. Wait, what? Oh, it's XXXX. Okay, my bad. I thought it was XX. It's XXX. Totally different. So, you can proliferate the charge counters, and then you can make more and more mana off the Cornucopia. It's one of these unique cards that fits well into this Atraxa deck, but not into many others. Fable Passage could have Stone Rained him, but I think that would be a little aggressive. Cavalier of Thorns, gross. What's in the graveyard right now? Not much. Let's grasp now. I mean, they can put the Fable Passage back on top to make sure they hit, but at least they're not getting a really powerful card. Okay, they don't do it. They leave it in the graveyard. And they get a Temple of Milady. And a whole bunch more ramp. And another Scry. Are we still drawing a card here? We could also proliferate. More mana? More mana's good. Let's proliferate. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, potentially. Let's go with the Master of Time.
All right. I do love a good puzzle.
Discard. That would be an Elder Spell. And hold up some mana. Plague Crafter. Lame. Very lame. I guess I can counter the ability. Then how do I solve the dragon? I'll figure it out. I am confident I can figure it out. The boots? Gross. Let's phase it out.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
But those boots are a problem. Proliferate again. Onyx. Onyx. Well, we have to get this big enough to hit the Vivictus, so we play you. Plus, Inquisition is pretty good. Burglar Rat. And this thing? Okay. I think we'll be I think we're set up okay. How much does this tap? 5 untaps it. All right. Here's a Proliferate. Sniffles. Just bodily functions, don't mind me. They're scrying one with the Void. So what's this do? Whenever it attacks, for each player, choose target permanent that player controls. They sacrifice those permanents. Each player sacrifices a permanent, reveals the top card of the library, puts on the battlefield if it's a permanent. Chaos Warp, huh? Interesting. And they choose the target, okay? It's a big deal. Wait for them to target with the boots. No! Phase. Phase away.
Stop right there.
That's right. Okay. This is gonna get fun. Let's proliferate. Let's untap. Let's proliferate. Let's make black. Let's play Onyx. Let's spiral. That's a drain. Do I want to put that down? Actually, not really. Not really. Rather cycle it. Or discard it to Teferi. Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel. Not good enough, but neither is that Triome. How to play it. How to play it. I think we've got to get rid of what's on the board. And then keep phasing Vivictus.
Sorry, you don't make the grade.
Down to 5. Oh, I'm scared.
A fight? And you think you can win?
Can we get something? So what I should have done is discard the Sentinel, then get it back with that play. That's called a misplay. But we do get some life back, which is important. And we go to end step, and we proliferate, which is also very important. They draw with the Horde. We can keep phasing the commander, as long as we can keep Teferi around. Ah! Ow. Not good. Boots on the worm? Do we have to phase out the worm? This has Death Touch, so I think we still phase out Vivictus. And I don't want that targeting to happen either, so let that resolve. And wait for them to go to combat. Zap. And block. We could leave it in the graveyard for Liliana, but we've got so much mana. Let's move it back to command. We go back to 7 because of the massacre trigger. Opponent shocks to play a Mind Stone. Broker's Ascendancy, you say?
I'll stop when I get my
Void Rend seems good.
Let's go.
Time to improvise.
Not as good as Kaya. Trigger, trigger. We're doing it. We are definitely doing it. I mean, you can keep trying, opponent. I'm gonna keep hitting you with that phase out. You know.
I'm sure you.
Do not let those boots equip. Do not let those boots equip. Ever. Whoa, what? I can give out haste. Scary. But we still have a 6/6 lifelinker. They make a devil.
You into the fray.
Sack the Mind Stone, sure. No big deal. Goosey. Boots on Goose. I could proliferate here, let's not. A little too risky for me. All right. Do we plus here? Wait, it's a -8. Oh God, it's close. It's close. If I attack first, can I -8 this here? I think I can. All right then. So we gain that life. Proliferate. Proliferate. -8.
You failed to entertain.
Discard a card. If you don't, you lose 3 life. Then repeat it 6 times. Dead. That's a line.
Incoming transmission.
Cool kids, come in, cool kids. You're cool so you can hear this. We don't have much time. Join me at CovertGoBlue HQ. Follow the coordinates on your screen to CovertGoBlue HQ. CovertGoBlue HQ is your ultimate destination for everything CGB. Get your playmats. Get your shark tokens. And get the first look at all new merchandise that CGB releases. There's even more that's on the way. Gear up with the only merch that's 100% certified by the one in Best of One. At the coolest place for the cool kids, CoolStuffInc.com. Head to CoolStuffInc.com/CGB. I'll see you at CovertGoBlue HQ. That's CovertGoBlue HQ. We're up against Gigantha as a commander. This hand has Wash Away. It's an easy keep. So, Augury? Or do we wait to proliferate? Carry added. All right, let's see if we can find an answer to that thing. Well, not exactly, but I will take a mystical dispute. Even though the opponent's not playing blue, I think it's the right way to go. Make sure that we're countering whatever they play next turn. Keep them from getting too far ahead on the board. A Karn, yes. That is a counter. So do we hold up Wash Away for the Gigantha? We don't have to if we do this right. So Tamio. Hopefully they don't have haste. I'm just gonna freeze this so it doesn't untap.
Talents are worth cataloging.
cataloging. I have many scrolls of data to share.
Should slow them down and keep them off Gigantha. Emergent Ultimatum. What a card. So there's a Cold Steel Heart. And the opponent passes. Perfect. Here's Atraxa. Resolves. Plus the Tameo. I'll choose you two. Now if those deal any damage, we get to draw a card. So what does Gigantha do? I mean, I know what it does. It taps for mana. Means that there's probably a lot of Wooburg cards in the deck, but all we've seen is Karn. Now we see Kethis. And the Wanderer? What do you do?
There are two kinds of mages. Those
Apparently exiles Atraxa. So let's see, -2. Exile target creature, power 4 or greater. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you or other permanents. Non-combat damage, huh? Huh. Okay. Black, black, green. We don't have triple green. We don't have triple green. In case the opponent decides to attack me. So do we play Atraxa here and proliferate this? If we do, the opponent will probably exile it again, which is a bit of a disaster. Let's just pass and use the wash away this turn. We might be casting Seagate next turn. What are we going to do about this Wanderer? Really good against our commander, actually. Just when you get it down and exile once and then have it out there threatening to exile again, it's really good. I am disturbed. But this might be a game we can win with raw card advantage. Just Seagate Restoration next turn, potentially. Opponent goes for the Gigantha, we counter the Gigantha. They still have 3 potential mana and cost reduction from Kethis. And they have got Rada Dravik, which is kind of busted. But this attack on Tameo means we get to draw. Perfect. It's a Veil of Summer. The opponent cast a green and a red spell. They also cast a black spell. Do we draw a card with this? I mean, there might be other reasons to have Veil later. Let's just pass. Voidrend. I can take out Rada Dravik without paying ward, which is really cool. But if we do that, then what do we do? We still need another green for Emergent Ultimatum. I think we'll just go for the Seagate. We'll try to win with old-fashioned card advantage, and there's a Supreme Verdict. Targeting these is kind of sad because Rada Dravik will kill Tameo, and if the opponent's smart, they won't attack or do anything with the other creatures to keep me off cards, and that's what they do. But she did her job. She bought us some time. More legends. Look at all the legendary stuff in this Gigantha deck. All right, we've got to kill Rada Dravik. When it becomes a target, counter it. And Voidrend is looking pretty good. Does this also say spells you control can't be countered this turn? We still don't have the green for the Emergent Ultimatum. We only need to blow this up at the right time so that the Kethis doesn't just recast it. So we should say go. Off the top, Rada. Gigantha? Yeah, put it all out there. Keep it coming. And keep it coming. I feel safe because of Rada Dravik and Kira. And they're going in. Alright, they don't have the mana to recast with Kethis. Can't be countered is fun. All right, 15. Well, we can cast Emergent Ultimatum and they're tapped out. I think I should try to Planeswalker alt them. Then what? Do I have enough mana left over to Wrath? No. So, like, I get, what, Vorinclex, Lily, Lily. They put away Vorinclex, we get Lily, Lily. But also get Time Warp, Vorinclex, Lily. Yeah. Let's go. It's only creatures. Yeah. It's very important. All right. Gotta do it in the right order. So first in, last out. Here's Vorinclex. Here's Liliana. And here's each opponent chooses a permanent they control and each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. Pa-pow! Koth, Fire of Resistance. Bloodchief's Thirst. We need another black. I'll keep it. Well, it should definitely be one of the blue sources so that we can play Narset next turn. Here's Mind Tome right on time. Still looking for another black for the Bloodchief's Thirst, but we're a turn ahead of our opponent.
I have practiced against many foes. Keep an open
Time Warp, Thoughtseize, Casualties of War. Honestly, it should be the Casualties. This is a card that can catch us up as long as we find land. And the opponent can't take it from our hand. In fact, about the only thing Reg can do is cast Stone Rain, which if they had, it would make me so sad. Mechanized Warfare. Yeah, keep spreading out the permanent types. They're playing right into my clutches.
I have just the trick for this.
Mystical Dispute, Tameo. Mystical Dispute is pretty meh. Oath is okay. I'll take the Tameo. We want the black source here. So, Atraxa? Think so. Bouncing these things? I mean, maybe Teferi bouncing Mechanized Warfare is good. Yeah, let's keep the mana coming.
This isn't a fight.
The classic blue Planeswalker
Don't worry.
from War of the Spark. Planeswalkers, Teferi and Narset doing their work. Aether Gust in the right matchup. You love to see it. Is it Koth time? It's Koth time.
We take this land from Phyrexia.
Jace. Alright, plus, we need to gust this turn.
Let's try this.
We could also just Bloodchief's Thirst and proceed, but I think the Gust and the Jace are the best. So we need a blue left over. We're sure lining up to get ourselves blown out if they hit some way to remove all these Planeswalkers. Like, X damage to all Planeswalkers. And we hit a Mana Gorger Phoenix, so that could be a mistake. But they do have to shoot us with an instant or sorcery to get it back. A Blood for the... Not a Mana Gorger, a Blood Feather Phoenix. Too much commander. If there is such a thing. Guardian Idol, sure. Enters tapped. Go get a mountain, sure. Could have responded with the Gust, and then if they chose top, it would get shuffled away, which would be funny, but I think it's better to be patient. Alright, they chose the command zone. Safe and sound. So, Casualties of War knocks out a lot of things, but I think Proliferating is even better. Four Planeswalkers. Bounce the idol, I think? Fight the mana? We'll see if the Mechanized Warfare makes me regret that. And I'm going to keep the Narset. It's holding off Maze Mind Tome from drawing on their turn. 6 mana. What does it do? They know about casualties. If they play Koth again, I'm blowing up everything. All will be one. Ah! Guess I gotta blow that up. Page counter, they get to kill Teferi here with 1 damage. Nice. Teferi killed by a Maze Mind Tome. What's it all coming to? I think I'll actually just... Well, I'm about to kill the tome, so I will not proliferate it. Bang, bang, bang. All right, we actually have 7 in hand, so we're just discarding the hand size. So I'm just going to plus and hold.
Become subdued.
Leading up to a turn where maybe we go Broker's Ascendancy and Atraxa. Just add a whole bunch of loyalty on end step. Glorybringer. What does it hit? What are you most afraid of? Attack Jace. Interesting. I guess the extra point from the Mechanized Warfare makes sense.
To Phyrexia's plan.
Let's keep it coming. Broker's Ascendancy. I think I'm just phasing the Glorybringer out.
This isn't my first time.
Too many lands anyway.
Like seconds.
Hone your
Oh, put all those on the bottom. I just said too many lands, but my god. All right, phasies.
Stop right there.
Can they stop Vraska? Magma Quake. Wow, they did have a pretty good answer. Okay. Now what? We have a Glorybringer coming back at us, so I guess we have to play Atraxa. What else? Tamu. Let's go with Ren. We're still at 25. I think I'd rather use Ren for some kind of a permanent here, and we get Liliana, which is pretty good. And now this and Proliferate. Ooh, we hit the Assassin's Trophy. Good thing we made sure our mana worked right. And now end step, Broker's Ascendancy, Atraxa. And look at that. Vraska back up to 8 already. And Atraxa a 6/6. There are 6 mountains. If they go for Koth, Invasion of Karsus. 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. No! Stop hurting my planeswalkers.
Kapash. Not yet.
Okay, they're trying to exert, so let's use an Assassin's Trophy on the Glorybringer. Volt Charge, and they're proliferating. Oh, they're not proliferating anything. All right. Could have left this in the graveyard for the Liliana, but all right, these two are still around. Let's power up this pathway into aggression mode. Let's play a Liliana and a Tamio.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
Excellent research.
This will just be a plus. Another threat of ultimate.
Every story is worth listening.
We get to proliferate the battle, which is fun. And we got the augury to proliferate again. I could just not attack though. Yeah, let's just leave up a blocker. It's going to be getting strong thanks to Broker's Ascendancy. And we're threatening to ultimate our Tamio when we untap. Unless they can damage all planeswalkers again. No! Could cast a counter spell. I'm doing it. Just protect it and we can probably win. What? Hellraiser? Oh my god, stop! What did they get? Volt Charge. No! They're going after Ren. Okay. They get to proliferate. No, their proliferation is very good. They left Tamio. They left Tamio. You can't leave Tamio. Do this first. You can't leave Tamio. That's omniscience. Does no one know? Here's Atraxa. Have you had enough now? Oh, Seagate? Let's go. Oh, they're letting me do things. This is wonderful. Again? Seems good. Oh my god. To the moon. Yes. Yes, where are you, Vorinclex? There you are. And there you are, Onyx. Oh, that was it. That was the breaker. Don't leave me. Don't let Tamio ultimate. Don't do that. On the play against Jingataxis. 2 lands. Aether Gust that's no good. Mulligan. The Aether Gust came back, but we have 3 lands now, but still no green. Mulligan. It's just getting worse. Okay. I guess I'm gonna hope that I can resolve to Fairy. Probably just dead though. But keep the lands, hope for the best. Atraxa is a card that, if it resolved, could save us. Nobody wins on a mold of 5 in Historic Brawl. They just scoop. So this is new territory for everyone. Let's just get our Atraxa countered for the virtual card advantage. It's not even very good. But hopefully we just move through some of their removal counter spells and interaction. They haven't ramped yet, so they might just be doing nothing for a long time, but Unsubstantiate there is interesting. It's not a counter, and now they're casting Trophy Mage. So something resolves here. Should probably be Teferi. Yeah, they go get a clock. 100%. All right. Here's Teferi. Here's a plus.
Let's make this quick.
Ooh, that's a good one. Do I discard the Atraxa and send it to Command Zone? I think I do. All right, black, green, black, blue. This needs to be white. If it is white, there's a chance we can't cast Emergent Ultimatum, but there's also a chance if they do something to our signet, like Thieving Skydiver, we can't cast a fairy. And that is another Planeswalker. Keep it. They're very threatening. Although I'm probably just discarding it, to be honest, because it's probably the worst card in this hand. There's the Midnight Clock. Do they have a land? Maybe not. I could also just phase this out, but that's a net overall lower loyalty.
I do love a good puzzle.
But yeah, Teferi's the one you want here. Okay. Mystical Dispute and Spell Pierce. 2 cards we're concerned about.
Time to improvise.
Does it resolve? Yes.
I know.
Do we minus it? Yes. We're going to phase out the Trophy Mage with our Teferi. Definitely want to set them back there. Develop a huge mana advantage. Here's a Consider. Must be a land. They missed the last one. All right, phase. They tap out, we still get to resolve Atraxa. Like if they had a Tail's End there, we'd be pretty happy about that. So land Midnight Clock, probably. But if they do that, maybe they're worried about the Atraxa. So they're just going to scoop it up. Bullied them! We absolutely bullied them on a mold of 5. Take that, Jin. On the draw against Brawl and Karizev, 4 lands, Explore, Elspeth Conquers Death. No Planeswalkers, but I believe. I believe I will draw them. Brawl and Karizev, First Strike Menace 2/4, something about casting instant sorceries, making monkeys, or casting free stuff. Just ball of text. Broker's Ascendancy off the top. Turn 2, Ornithopter of Paradise. Gross. All right, we explore. Just gonna take some damage here, don't mind me. Just want my mana to be really good. Urabrask. Didn't expect that. Did not see that one coming. Let's Thoughtseize and then Assassin's Trophy. Whoa. Okay. Really spooky. Discover the formula. You're out of there. Trophy. Before they untap too. But they get ramp, which means they're probably playing Primal Amulet and Impulse next turn, which means we have to Elspeth Conquers Death the Amulet, potentially. Yeah, here it comes. They're trying to storm all the way off. Amulet flips into a land that copies your spells. Ooh, that's a Void Rend, though. The interesting thing about the ECD is we have nothing to get back, so you really want to time it when you can also use Atraxa. And can't be countered might matter here since they can still Impulse. Perhaps we're supposed to respond to the Impulse that they'll probably use on end step. There's already double white here. Let's put this on black. Wait, does that work? I think so. And then in response, the Void Rend. just in case they were going to find a way to protect their amulet. Miss on the Ascendancy trigger, but it gets better from now on. This looks like a Storm deck, but so far we've taken all the things that they need. Let's go for the Atraxa. They probably took something with the Impulse to deal with the Atraxa. Magma Opus? Jesus. The hell? That's so vicious. All right, well, might as well use this. Oh wait, sacrifice a creature token is what we want. Okay, go black and colorless. They draw 2. What a card to hit. Decline to move that to command zone. We're going to use the Elspeth Conqueror's Death to get that back. Get their 4/4. Jesus, nothing but gas from them. 100%. Card's banned for being such gasoline. Uh-huh. Okay, please let this Elspeth Conqueror's Death resolve. Vorinclex is pretty cool. All right, got that. Vorinclex Broker's Ascendancy starts to take effect next turn, but let's see what they can do with all this mana. Maybe they finally ran out of gas. Brawl and carries every turn. Make a treasure. Cast something cheaper for free. Nope, just make a monkey. Hit me with monkey. Ragavan is here. Trigger. Vorinclex. Let's give it to him. Might want to get back the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I think I can trigger it and then try to bounce it. Aggression from the opponent. We go to 13. They have 3 cards. They've been getting set up. Let's see what they do with them. Their spells cost 2 more this turn cycle because of Elspeth Conqueror's Death. They're touching my stuff. All right, they let it expire. It's got to be some kind of a instant speed nonsense. So do I want to Otawara for 3 to get back the Elspeth Conqueror's Death that I can't cast this turn? I don't think so. Let's just resolve this. +1/+1 counter, but it's 2 +1/+1 counters. Let's give them the Vorinclex. Down to 9. And then Broker's Ascendancy and Atraxa. It's a lot of power. What are they going to do about it? Are they holding a River's Rebuke? Keyword's big. They just can't stop touching everything. It makes me so nervous. Crackle with power. Good lord. Just enough mana and a Grape Shot with Storm. Well, I'm pretty sure this is for 15 anyway, right? What can you do about that? Nothing. Can't do nothing about that. We come at you once again to be the superior Atraxa. Can't keep this with only 2 lands. This is better. This is better. Gotta have land. Although Wraths and Cutdown, not my ideal setup against the other Atraxa, but Staff of Completion might do good. Kind of has to. Because we're not drawing anything else that's useful. Just anti-creature stuff. It's a sure way to lose the game against Atraxa Grand Unifier. The card is value in and of itself. Into the north and Arcane Signet, the opponent with 2 very good ramp spells to start the game, and they're hitting their lands. Let's draw. Life is just a resource in this one. Broker's Ascendancy, Narset. Only 1 blue unless we use the staff. I guess we use the staff. We gotta give ourselves a chance to find an answer to this Atraxa. Kaya? That can slow the opponent down if we get rid of the Signet. They're already on 6 mana. Goodness. Goodness, goodness. Hopefully their hand is just a bunch of removal spells as well. Or, you know, that Planeswalker. That's great. Okay, if we kill this now, they don't get the card because of Narset. Tasha. See what we can find. Still need an answer. Aether Gust, pretty good one. Ah, but we're a mana short. Oh no. Well, Time Warp. Cast the Time Warp, untap, then we don't have the Gust. And then we're relying on our top deck to solve Atraxa. We can hold off another turn though against Liliana. She's not the end of the world. Let's take the Gust. Then, what do? White, 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 black. We do like this, we can still cast the Gust, yes? Then the opponent minuses the Dreadhorde General, that's very bad for us. So, Broker's Ascendancy or Tasha? Tasha is an interesting one. Next turn we could ultimate it. That could be insanely strong. Let's go for it.
I need your name and birthday. Don't come any closer.
You know about the Gust. So maybe they won't walk into it with the Atraxa. They go for Clock instead. And they go for Teferi. Gross. What do they do with it? If they plus it, the Narset handles it. They're going to tuck Tasha. Sure. Now what? I need to draw land. Proliferate could get me another Narset use, but that's not good enough. Let's draw. Mythos. It's a solution. And there's a land. We're up to 7. This checks the Teferi. The Liliana is almost to ultimating. And there's an attacking creature. How about our own Atraxa? If they minus the Liliana, it's not that bad. Especially if we get a Proliferate off. Could also throw Mythos and Atraxa. But then we don't have Aether Gust, which we need open for Atraxa. It's a very tough one. So I think this means they'll attack Narset. If they attack Narset, but I get down Atraxa and then put a counter on Atraxa with the Kaya, I'll be pretty happy.
My mind needs a rest.
Yeah, they get to draw from Teferi. That's not busted all on its own. Sometimes, though, you really should just force the Atraxa. Murderous Rider? Sure. Could be worse. If they cast the Murderous Rider, we can just Mythos on the Teferi. But yeah, they're like being so careful here because of the Gust. Don't think that's actually what they're supposed to do. Also, they played out Phyrexian Arena. casualties. Well, now that if I casualties here, they get to Atraxa, do they? Yeah. But I get boom, 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 boom. I mean, hard not to.
I'll have a better plan next time.
And we'll see what they get with this Atraxa. I mean, it is like a new hand, but they had a whole hand on the board that we had to take out. This is not great. Eternal Wanderer is a pain, but not a big deal. This is okay. Another 3 life to draw. It is 4 life to draw. I still think we go for it. We're running out of draws. All right, nothing here kills the Atraxa. My Atraxa, that is. We'll just gust it at some point, right? Right. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Play our Atraxa. 2 mana left. We could also Sunfall. Not great. I think we go for Tasha? No creature down there, but let's go.
I thought we did give it your best shot, adventurers.
Man, if they counter the Gust, we're just dead, right? But we don't want them to just redraw and cast. If they had a counter, we would have already seen it. We didn't want them to just redraw it this turn. Also, if they leave it on top, the Tasha can get it. So let's see what happens here. Although I think that means that they can choose a new zone. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. They're going for the Eternal Wanderer.
Clean up this mess.
What are they going to do with it? A 2/2, sure.
Show them the edge of
And
the
a
blade.
rider, sure. Proliferate. Let's do it. They scoop! I guess they don't know. I really wanted to find out if we mill that Atraxa, do I get control of it, or is there a window in there where it changes zones where they can put it in the command zone? Judge? I think because the Tasha thing resolves all at once, I don't think they get a chance to, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that's the line, is we're going to untap, we're going to Sunfall these, and then we're going to do the thing. The weird thing about it is we also need to Mythos, so maybe we don't Sunfall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we might have to Verdict, because we also need to Mythos the Eternal Wanderer, because Wanderer can plus hit the Atraxa and bring it back on their side, even if we do get to keep it. CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of me, CGB, and you can get my unique Dragon Rider token and 5% off your entire order by using the code CGB5 at checkout. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this sweet dragon token. If you need singles for constructed or kitchen table play, and you want to pick up sealed product or the latest Magic accessories, remember to use the code CGB5 at checkout for 5% off and get my Dragon Rider token. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.